So Warren Thompson in one-on-ones, he got the best of Hudson Clark a couple times. I'm curious. I feel like we haven't talked about him as much as we have maybe Landers or Hazelwood. Just what have you seen from him now that he's in year two with Arkansas?
As improved as anybody. You know, he was a guy to this point now. You know, but and I think it'll continue. I think he's in a really good space. I think he's comfortable. I think he went through a year last year where he didn't know if he wanted to be here, go home. But you know, who's my friends? He had a lot of things going on. I think last year. You'll have to talk to him, but I think he's in a good space. He's always been very talented, but he's catching the contested ball and catching some. You go, man, how did he catch that one? And he's always been fast. He hadn't always used it, you know, but he is now. So I've been really pleased with him. You have to ask KJ about it because I think KJ looks for him now.
Hey, Coach. We're talking with Jaden Hazelwood and Keytron the other day, and they said that Malik Hornsby hasn't been going to like wide receiver meetings or anything or doing individual. He just kind of pops out there and as an athlete. Is there any plan to maybe start doing some of that with him, or what are your plans?
We were going to make it. Well, he's taking reps out there, but he's getting the coaching from KB, and you know, obviously in the meeting room because it's right now for the most part it's a package with KJ, you know, and we hash around that going into third down and getting into 10 personnel, you know, and then you know you got 4 wideouts or 11 with Trey wide, not necessarily detached. That would be something that we would look into more after Saturday. But I'm gonna tell you something, Trey, and everything affects everything. I mean, it does. Something over here affects something over here. What's happened in the wide receiver room right now is Jaden Wilson started playing ball, and you've got Satagna coming on. You've got Warren Thompson playing as good as he has right now. Hazelwood's the same thing. He was a guy, honestly, in spring ball, and now he's a better football. You got Keytron, you got Matt Landers. So now all of a sudden you got all these wideouts that are playing pretty good ball. That doesn't mean that Malik won't continue to go out there. It's just it's harder to take him out there if we have to take somebody off the field. And my thinking before was that he would be by far the best one we had out there. If he still is, we're going to put him out there. If not, and we'll decide that a little bit after Saturday. A little bit how much we're going to put him out there. Just how much.
I thought that's what you would say. You know, just looking about the team, the depth seems, you know, at a high level, you know, compared to like past Arkansas teams that we've covered. And, you know, you filled in a lot of spots for transfer portal. You look out there and you're like, man, they're, you know, pretty balanced. But I'm wondering if this is kind of like a new age across college football, especially in the SEC. You know, Ole Miss signed 17 transfers. Is everybody, you know, it used to be like half your freshman class, where are they going to play? And now it's like 3 or 4 of them, where are they going to play? Is this just elevating the level of football across the conference with the portal and being able to fill in the gaps?
I don't know. You know, I want to, as long as I can do it this way, because I think eventually it'll pay off. I'd like to sign 20, you know, out of high school, you know, and if you rounded it to 25, which is not the rule now, it goes to 85. But I'd like to keep, you know, the foundation at 20 if I can. Well, if you do a better job in high school recruiting, you can continue to do the high school recruiting and bring in 5. We've got 9 guys that I believe that will make a difference on our football team that are transfers. I believe that. Now, Cade Fortin was one of those guys too. Now he's not starting right now, but he's making a big difference on our football team. So yeah, I think so. And you know, a little bit goes back to a little bit like junior college recruiting back in the day, where you go, I'm going to sign half the class junior college. Well, you're going to change your team one way or the other. You're going to change it to really good or not going to kind of go bad. I just don't want to take that chance. So I still want to continue to try to build the program around high school players. And if we get a Drew Sanders or we have a chance at Atlanta Jackson, who came to Arkansas and visited, but we just at the time weren't winning enough games for them to win the pep rally. And they want to come back. We know they're good kids and good players. We'll continue to do that. But I might, Trey, but I don't think I'd ever go more than, I don't think I'd ever do the 15 and the 13 route, unless we just had a whole ton of seniors, and we had to go to 30-something scholarships.
Saturday a couple of times. How big is Saturday as far
You
as
used to be
developing depth
shy.
and stuff?
You remember? And you'd come in late. You'd come hopping in late, but I like it. You're getting confidence. You're moving up the depth chart. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Andrew.
How big is Saturday from a depth perspective? Kind of guys moving up and down depth chart, things like that.
I think it's big. I don't know that it's a whole lot more than today's practice. To be honest with you, there's a reason that you don't change the depth chart much unless injuries make you until after a scrimmage type situation, because you're trying to see if you have a gamer in there. A guy that's much better in a game than he is in practice, which it goes the other way too. Much worse in a game than he is. That's why I had open scrimmages that 2 years ago or whatever it was, spring, because I wanted to put KJ and Malik under with people in the stands and see how they perform. But I don't know if it'll make a whole lot of difference. I'll bet there'll be a chance.